Hello YouTube, this is Bub's Comics coming at you with a quick comic haul, and we have our first book off of 2020 want list in hand, in the house, in the case. Woohoo! Yeah! That's right. We got Spawn #1 up here on the wall, and we got Jungle Comics. Yeah, nice Dave Stevens cover there. And of course, Todd McFarlane doing his best impression of Todd McFarlane, which he likes to do so often. And we got a little golden flash here running. See that? That's right. He's... Yep, one more time. All right. And so, without further delay, I want to jump straight into the top book of this haul because I am so excited. Gosh, so excited. Okay, so the first book off my 2020 want list, I only had 6 books on there. And here's the first one coming strong. It is Superman number 57 from 1949. Look at that. You know I'm not going to say sorry for that glare either. So you say, oh man, what is that? Well, so here's the deal. I didn't expect to get this book so soon because of the price. So what I did for my comic want list was that I put the price, my buy it now price, if you will. So with all my books on the list, I put the price that I would be willing to pay for it in reasonable condition, right? And so this book I got for $200 less than my reasonable, and then some, actually $275 less. No, $225 less than my I'll take it in low condition number. So that's why it has all these little stains. I have cleaned on it some. It has been pressed, and I have pressed it. So it looks better than when I got it, is what I'm trying to say. Like all this crud and stuff that's here, it was all raised up, and it was pretty rough up here and stuff. It was pretty rough, but I cleaned as much of it off as I could. And here's what we're left with. I didn't want to do any damage to the book or really mess with it. So a lot of it was just surface cleaning, taking a knife and kind of scraping even some parts to get it all as clean as I could. And so it says featuring the Man of Steel #1. Or it says in 3 super thrillers. And it says #1, Every Man, a Superman. #2, The Menace of the Machine Men. And #3, The Son of Superman. So I thought that was great. First of all, I remember the Machine Men from the Fleischer cartoons. So that always, from the old serials. So I really like that. And the Son of Superman, that's cool. And it's got Lois carrying Superman. Look at this. It says, in this issue, Lois Lane can do everything Superman can do. Here's a spoiler. I think Lois is a robot. And this is part of the Machine Men story. Or maybe it's Every Man a Superman. So who knows? Maybe everybody's got Superman powers. But it's actually considered a Superwoman cover because Lois Lane is Superwoman in this issue. So we'll show you the back real quick. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Rope 'em both, partner. Daisy Handbook and Daisy Air Rifles Catalog. You gotta rope 'em both. Look at that. Old Daisy guns. I remember buying my son his first Daisy BB gun. He was a big fan. So, there you go. Very, very cool stuff. Man, I wanted this book. It is in lower condition than I wanted, but I could not pass up the deal on it. And I promise you that at this angle, it doesn't look bad. And if you stand about 20 feet away, you can't even see that little mark or that little mark. I'm telling you, if you're about 20 feet away, this thing looks great. And I've got it nice and flat. It's just as flat as I could get it. I did a pretty good press job on this. I was happy with it. And it's got a bit of a miswrap. I mean, there's not much you can do when a book is miswrapped like this. But the golden age, 1949, the standards weren't there. Even for DC, there a lot of books are not wrapped properly, so you get what you get. You can see I made my little homemade label here. So it's a 1.5. It was a 1.5 when I bought it. That's how it was advertised. and I trust the grader that graded this. So it is a 1.5. There's really no doubt about that. It's complete and everything. So I made my own little label, and it says Ed Hamilton and William Woolfolk stories, Wayne Boring and Stan K cover and art, Luther appearance, Lois Lane as Superwoman cover, and full page ad for Superboy #1, which is a pretty big deal for this book. So you say, oh, where'd you get that information? What'd you do? You know, you're just making that crap up. Did you research all that? So the short story is that this is a Comic Skin slab at home kit, right? Slab it yourself kit. And I really toy with moving my entire Golden Age collection into stuff like this because you can still take it out and read it. The slab comes apart and it's got hinges, so you can always have access to the book. I can always clean a book back up, press a book back up. I actually added some tape to this book too because it had some parts that I didn't want to lose. They were only ripped; they weren't completely detached, and I didn't want to lose them. And then I'm a CGC member. So I just go to the CGC resources and CGC, not the forum, but the census. And they'll tell you, you just type in any book and they'll list the stuff that they'll put on the label, pretty much. And then I just copied it. I mean, basically let them do the work. Unless there's something that's blatantly wrong or I disagree with or something I want to add to it. So that is the same information you would get on a Superman #57 comic. The only difference that I made, and I claim it as off-white pages, although it could be off-white to white, but I erred on the side of less, so I call it off-white pages. It's definitely a 1.5, there's no doubt about that. And the only thing that I changed was it says DC Comics, and they would have put, CGC would have put 34-49. And I put 1949. And the reason that I did that was because I think that that's been very short-sighted of CGC. I come from a time where I remember Y2K, and they should also, because it's about when they started. So they should know that you can't be putting just 2 numbers for dates. I don't know about the rest of you, and I know some of you probably can't make this claim, bless your hearts, but I can say that I hope to be around in 2049. That's just 30 years from now or so, and I hope to be around in 2049. And I don't want all my books to, be a wonder whether it's from 2049 or from 1949. So I think it's a little short-sighted of them. And at some point, they're going to have to make the change to change it over to be 2021, 2022. I don't know when they're going to do it. I don't think that they're doing it just yet. So we'll have to see when they make that change. But I think that they're going to have to switch to a full year at some point, because you figure when you get to 1938 and you get really Superman's first appearance, and you get to that superhero genre, people are really going to not want to see 38 on the book when it's 2040. They're going to want to see 1938. So anyway, that's my little rant on that. Hope y'all appreciate this as much as I do. I'll throw a few more books into this haul. I know we're already running kind of long. But we've got, here's Hercules Unbound, a great Wally Wood cover. Fantastic. #8. But he did some more books in this run too as well. And we've got Stalker #3, another Wood cover. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I love that. That one's really cool. I love that. Good stuff. And we've got, here's an Atlas book. We got The Destructor #1, and that is a Larry Lieber and Wally Wood cover. So I think it's pencils by Lieber and inks by Wood, which is really where he shines, is in his inking. So I felt like one of these was a Kirby cover, but I may be wrong. And here's another Wally Wood book here. I think this one's by Joe Orlando and Wally Wood. Could be wrong on that, but here's Jungle Gym #5. These were like some kind of reprints of Golden Age books. So very, very cool. Jungle Gym #5, 15 center. So there you go. That's my haul. Hope y'all appreciate that and enjoy that. And there's my Superman #57 if you haven't seen it enough. And I'll just tell you to remember to read a comic. And you can, indeed. You can take them back out and read them. And of course, don't apologize for the glare.